The part of Maria, the terrorized Spanish girl in For Whom the Bell Tolls, gave Ingrid the challenge she sought. For her role opposite Gary Cooper, she received her first Academy Award nomination. The film for which Ingrid won an Academy Award, Gaslight. It also starred Charles Boyer. Featured was a young English actress, Angela Lansbury.
Gaslight was my first motion picture in Hollywood, and I was extraordinarily lucky because I was signed to play a supporting role with the then new great Ingrid Bergman. Even then, even as young as I was absolutely struck by her extraordinary ability to convey a tremulous, transparent vulnerability on screen.
Come, Elizabeth, you must have answered a bell.
No one was here, sir, while you were out.
But Elizabeth... But you saw him. You opened the door for him yourself. Elizabeth, say it, Elizabeth, say it.
No, Mum. I didn't see anyone at all.
He was here. I know it. I know it. But he was here. I know it. I know.
You see how it is, Elizabeth?
Yes, sir. I see just how it is.
I couldn't have dreamed it. I couldn't have dreamed it. I couldn't have dreamed it. I couldn't have dreamed it.
The stars really didn't bother to talk to supporting players a great deal in those days. You did your scenes with them, but she was interested, and she thought the part of Nancy was terribly funny, and she had the most infectious, marvelous laugh, and she enjoyed the scenes that we did together. She enjoyed the fact that here was I, a little 17-year-old upstart who had to put her down, and she was a very lovely, tall woman, and I happened to be very tall, too, although I was rather fat in those days, but they scooped me up on high lifts in my shoes so that I would tower over her. She was taller than Charles Boyer. We both were, and we used to have a lot of laughs about that. Charles was a most elegant, lovely, dear man, but he wasn't very tall, and they always used to say that if you worked with him, you had to walk in a ditch.
To the visitor from Sweden who took these movies, it must have seemed she had it all. Ingrid's achievement in just a few years was a fantasy come true. She had captured the very heart of America, and it seemed she could never, ever lose it.
You don't become a nun to run away from life, Patsy. It's not because you've lost something. It's because you found something. You're still a little girl. You don't know yet.
Oh, but I do. I just want to be like you.
You don't know what the next 4 years will bring. You haven't been to high school yet. Those are years you'll always treasure. New companions, new interests, lots of fun, as well as study. Going to parties, to football games, your first prom, your first party dress, your first waltz. You can't give up these things if you know nothing about them. Not until you've known all this and more. Can you say with complete understanding, I want to be a nun?
Audiences had put Ingrid on a pedestal, never quite asking if that was where she wanted to be.
Miss Bergman, I want to present you with this Look Magazine Award for being the best actress of this year.
To Americans, the honors heaped on Ingrid Bergman could not have found a more deserving recipient.
I hope I can continue to please them in the future.
Say, well, that's wonderful, and I know that you've played with most of the leading men here in Hollywood, and I like Gary Cooper and Gregory Peck and Bing Crosby. I wondered if you'd consider doing just giving me a job sometime.
Oh, yes, I would like to very much, Bob, but, you see, I worked very hard to get where I am.
Yeah, I see.
The United States was at war, and Hollywood did its part. Ingrid addressed Bond rallies, toured bases and factories, and made a film for the Office of War Information, Swedes in America. And all the while, despite the public relations image of perfect happiness, her marriage was slowly coming apart. With Spellbound, David Selznick thought he had the ideal vehicle for his star. The director was Alfred Hitchcock. Playing opposite Ingrid, Gregory Peck.
Quite remarkable to discover that one isn't what one thought one was. I mean, I've always been entirely aware of what was in my mind.
And you're not, no?
Quite ridiculous. So stupid of me to come in here like a distracted child.
You're very lovely.
Please don't talk that way. You'll think I came in to hear that.
I know why you came in.
Why?
Because something has happened to us.
It doesn't happen like that. In a day.
It happens in a moment sometimes. I felt it this afternoon. It was like lightning striking. It strikes rarely.
In Notorious, director Alfred Hitchcock lightly challenged the motion picture code of his day regarding the duration of a kiss.
It's nice out here. Let's not go out for dinner.
Ingrid's co-star, Cary Grant.
We have to eat.
We can eat here. I'll cook it.
I thought you didn't like to cook.
No, I don't like to cook. But I have a chicken in the icebox, and you're eating it.
What about all the washing up afterwards?
We'll eat it with our fingers.
Don't we leave any plates?
Yes. One for you and one for me.
Mind if I had dinner with you tonight?
I'd be delighted.
Ingrid's contract with David O. Selznick had expired. Now she would be free to select her own parts, and they would not be simply carbon copies of her earlier successes.
When she became an independent producer, did Arch of Triumph and Joan of Arc, neither of which was successful. I believe it was in her search for growth as an artist. She wanted to dig out something deeply personal about Joan of Arc.
Men are governed by corruption. They like it.
Men hate corruption and God hates it.
I don't know, but men take to it very naturally.
Cannot be true. I can't. Have you taken money from our enemy?
That is not a question a king should answer or be asked.
Then you have done it. You have betrayed us. All of us. Your country and even yourself. I shall tell the people of France what you've done. I hate war. I don't like battles. Every time I see French blood flowing, I can feel the hair rise on my head. With all my soul, I pray for peace.
Hollywood in those days glamorized everything, and they glamorized their stars. She would come out of battle with maybe one little smudge on her face, an immaculate armor, and her hair carefully groomed. And I think she herself didn't want that.
Despite Ingrid's misgivings, for her role as Joan, she again received an Academy Award nomination. But events would condemn any new Ingrid Bergman film to box office failure for years to come.